Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to another stream. This week, we're doing the FS Expo shuttle. My name's Greg. I'm a real-world A320 pilot, bringing my passion of aviation and flight simming to everyone out there on the internet. How's everyone doing this evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world? How are you all doing? We're here in San Diego, and we will be going to Las Vegas here. Kind of got us set up uh, just outside the airport here. You can see the Sheraton just outside the airport, overlooking all of the beautiful water here. I've got the real-time boarding already going. As you can see, the scenery here is absolutely fantastic. It looks like we're going to be the only airplane online. There we are. We're going to be doing Spirit Ops today. Back to Las Vegas. I wanted to give Spirit one more shot since I had the INI builds that I wasn't too happy with. We'll give Spirit another try. Hopefully, they can deliver this time. You know, it is Spirit Airlines. We know what we you pay what you get when you fly with them, and that's perfectly alright. A lot of people like that the no frills pay as you go kind of system, and you know, for the most part. It's a pretty good airline to fly on if you just know that you're not going to be getting too much out of it. So there we go. Spirit Airlines and the yellow, but it's the yellow where they get the I don't know how you would define that, the little scribble, like it looks like it's someone drew the Spirit logo on. I like that logo better than just a flat black, but I'm sure the flat black is cheaper for them to just go ahead and put the decal on and paint it on the airplane. Um, so we will be doing that today. Draco, how are you doing? Good, my dude, you say? Good, 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 good. Excellent. Well, let's hop on into the flight deck. As you can see, I've already started the boarding process here. That's going to take it some time to board up the airplane, so I'm not too worried about that there. First thing we want to do when we get on the flight deck is check our fluid levels here. So we have enough oil, hydraulics. Our statuses are normal, no weird status messages there. And we have oxygen in our oxygen tank there. Let's go ahead and check our messages. There we go. We will accept that. Excellent. Now that all of that's checked, let's go ahead and begin preparing the flight deck this morning. It's morning time out there in San Diego. We will align the IRSs. Here we go. IR1, IR2, and IR3. There we go. We'll move on down to the flight control panel. Everything should be extinguished. Our evac panel, the switch should be in the captain purser position. And the command switch is guarded and extinguished emergency electrical configuration or emergency electrical power panel. Lights extinguished and our switches are guarded. DPWS, we got terrain fault, that's normal. All the rest is extinguished. Recorder ground control, that's going to go on. We're going to test the CVR, make sure we get a tone. We do. There we go, oxygen panel. These lights should be extinguished and our guarded switches should be guarded and extinguished. Our calls panel, the emergency call should be guarded and extinguished. We'll move on over to a fire panel here. We'll test engine 1. That sounds good. We shall test APU. That sounds good. And we shall test engine 2. That looks good. The hydraulic panel, all the lights should be extinguished. Our right should be guarded, and the electric pump for the blue system should be guarded. For the fuel panel, all the fuel pumps should be off. Crossfeed is closed with the mode select in auto. Electrical panel, we'll go ahead and turn batteries 1 and 2 off. We'll come down to the electrical page. We'll turn batteries 1 and 2 back on. And we're looking at it's 60 amps decreasing. They are. So that test has passed. We'll go ahead and clear the electrical panel there. Everything else is normal. Gen 1 and 2 are offline. That's why we have the faults. Same with path 1 and pack 2. They're offline. That's why we have the faults. All the other lights should be extinguished. The ram air should be guarded and extinguished. The anti-ice panel, all the lights should be extinguished. Repeats in auto. Our mode select for the cabin pressurization is in auto. And our landing innovation is in auto. For our lights panel here, today is an odd day, so I have it on system 1. All the other lights are turned off. We got the no smoking sign on, seatbelt sign off. We'll go ahead and arm the emergency lights there. On the FO's overhead panel, the ACP has the PA on and turned about 3/4 full. The RMP is on and working. The flight control panel should be extinguished. Cargo ventilation, R1 valve should be extinguished there. Cargo smoke, all the lights should be extinguished and our 2 bottles should be guarded. The ventilation panel here, all the lights should be extinguished, and in the engine panel, all the switches should be guarded and extinguished. Moving on to the glare shield. From left to right, we have all of our lights being extinguished there. The current altimeter in San Diego is 29er79er, so we'll go ahead and put that in there once, twice, and thrice. So we have that set on the captain's EFIS, flight director's on constraints on arc mode, 10 nautical miles. Moving on to the center FCU. We want digits displayed in all the right places on the window, and we want to be in heading vertical speed, not track flight path angle. Same thing on the first officer side. I'm going to mirror the captain's EFIS control panel. Moving down to the main instrument panel, we want to make sure the PFD and D displays are turned off full bright. Both rings on the ND display. We want the PFD on the left, ND on the right. And our standby attitude indicator has been aligned. Upper and lower ECAMs are checked. Brake fans off, landing gears down through green. The date and time, it looks like the correct date. And that looks like the correct time there. Gear is down through green, and we're checking the same thing on the first officer's main instrument panel there. We'll come down to the center pedestal, where we have the MCDU. It's on and looks like it's functioning correctly. Captain's RMP is on, looks like it's functioning correctly. ACP is on. Our integral lighting, we'll set however we want to set it. I can turn it full up or full down. It doesn't really make too much of a difference since this daytime out. I'll leave it full up. The weather radar is off. Predictive wind shear is off. Coming up to the center pedestal here. We want to make sure all our switching knobs are in normal, which they usually are. We're going to recall any status messages, and then we're going to hit clear to make sure our clear button works there. The stabilizer trim should be 0. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine master is off with the mode selector normal. We're looking for digits displayed in the window here for the rudder trim, and the gravity gear extension is stowed. Same thing for the first officer's panel until we get to the transponder here. We are on Vatsim. No air traffic controllers online, so we have the auto ATC with the squawk code of 5125. So we'll go ahead and input that now. 5125. Excellent, excellent. Now that we've gotten that, the last thing we do is we need to test the parking brake, making sure the accumulator works as intended. So we're going to press and hold both pedals, and then we're gonna release the parking brake. Goes down to 1,000 psi. We'll let the left side go, back up. Right side we'll let go, move it back up. That was checked. Good, excellent. So, with all of those originating checks done, let's go ahead and set up our FMS. So we're going to come into, no, we don't want position, we want aircraft status. We're on V2527A5s today with a good database, so that looks good. We are going to go to the initialization page. We will initialize, wait a few seconds. We're to import our flight plan from company IOC. There we go. AOC flight plan is uplinked. We're going to be Spirit Wings in KS 3318. Cost index today is going to be a cost index of 34, so we'll put that in there, 34. We'll be cruising along at an altitude of 29,000 feet, and the ISO deviation is plus 14. So that's going to be, what is that, minus 14, if I'm doing math right. So we'll put that down there. Nav accuracy upgrade, GPS primary, that's good. The current outside air temperature is 19 degrees, very nice down here in San Diego. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go to init B, where we will input our zero fuel weight, estimated at 134.4. And a zero fuel weight CG, 31.5. There we go. Max Racing says hello, hello. Got any trips coming up? Unfortunately, no. I am what you call on call. Ooh, okay. Hold on one second. Alrighty. Hopefully audio coming in a little bit better. How's the audio chat? Let me know. Let's see. We have block fuel of 12.9. Sorry, I cut you off there. Max Racing. No trips coming up, at least right now. Which means I'll probably be online tonight streaming. I haven't figured out where in the US I want to stream, since Vatsim will be everywhere. I'm kind of stuck trying to figure out where I want to go. So I'll let chat decide. We'll see if I like it. If I like what chat's got, then we'll do it. Not something incredibly too long, but I'm up to flying pretty much anywhere within the US. Here we go. We'll do 0 on the route reserve. There we go. We will go into the flight plan page. And they're using 27 in San Diego. We're going to take off on the Padres. The Padres 2. And I think it's the chicken. Yeah, Padres 2 chicken transition. How are the friendly internet Sky, says Dummy Thick. How you doing this morning, Dummy Thick? The internet skies are very friendly. They're United friendly. Actually, no, they're Spirit friendly. We all know. No fights ever happen on Spirit, right? Right? No fights ever happen on them? I'm pretty sure no fights ever happen on them. Let's go into Vegas here. And they're using 26 left. We're going to use the Yankee to 26 left. I'm just going to go ahead and connect it on up there. They're using the Rounders departure. We'll go ahead and put that in there. With the Meisen transition, we'll insert, look and make sure we have zero discontinuities. There we go. That all looks good. We'll go back to the init page. Wind request. Oh, snap. For sure, nothing but A plus packs on Spirit. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Performance. Let's go and, oh, I did not calculate that out. You know what? Let's use the performance calculator here. 2.7 dry, optimal 4-star no packs are always on. We'll sync the prelim. They used to have it sync prelim plus 2000. Now it's just a sync prelim. It should always be plus 2000. That gives you an improved weight unless it can't calculate it. So let's go 126.5. There we go. 30% MAC variable 4. That looks good. We'll calculate that out. Excellent. And, ooh, a flaps 3 takeoff? Is that going to be the most efficient one? You know what? Let's go ahead and do it. We shall do it. Let's see what the performance tool here says. We'll populate. Ooh, no. It definitely also got my weight wrong. I forgot that's still an error with the Fenix, so it's going to be 148.9 actually. There we go. Now we're going to calculate that out. And then I'm going to come over here. Glad I went to SimBrief and did it. 148.9. Everything else fair. This one is giving me a flaps 1 with the flex. Hmm. Hmm. You know what? I'll use what SimBrief gave me. So we'll do 134. SimBrief gave me a flaps 1. 134. 142. You see a pretty big gap between V1 and VR. And then 143. Flex a 49 with a flaps 1, and I think that's going to be what does this say? Down 0.3. We'll put down 0.3. Down 0.3. There we go. And then for the arrival, we'll do 290 for our descent. There we go. And then we'll go to the secondary flight plan. We'll copy everything active there. There should be no special engine out procedures. We'll just fly straight ahead. It's just showing it's going to be about 53 minutes of flying time, something like that. So not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. So that is all done up. Let's go back here. I like to keep track of our time. D minus 10. Let's go ahead and get the APU fired up and ready to go. Yeah, Demitech says, this is wild. You have access to all your iPad apps on this. I do. That's something really kind of unique to the Fenix airplane, at least in the simulator, is they have, you know, their own set of apps. They got their own Cure H, I think that's in here. Documents, I think it is. Cure H. So they get their own Cure H. That's massive, which is why it's taking a long time to load. And then they get their own checklist here. You know, it is what it is. But I don't use that checklist. I use my own checklist. But yeah, they got pretty much everything you want right there. Stop it. There we go. APU's coming up and online. Let's go ahead and verify our route with a crew briefing. Knock two birds out with one stone. So, threats, well, we have some terrain off to the west there. That's the biggest threat. Yep, we'll mitigate that threat by turning terrain on ND. And Let's go ahead and plan on taxiing out to runway 27, straightforward, all the way down Bravo to the end. Plan a flaps 1 flex. Standard reject considerations, we'll clean it up over the ocean and see if we can return back around to 27. If not, we'll have to head up the coast of Los Angeles and go there. They have plenty of long runways for us. Otherwise, we'll continue out on the rounders. The rounders, we have a 275 heading to 520 feet. We'll proceed on course to Winfield. Then we got Gwen. Nope, Colonel, and then Gwen at or above 8,000. Then Padres. After Padres, we'll go Hefman, and then Chicken. From Chicken, we will go direct to CB, direct to Yella, direct to Meissen. And then Meissen is the transition on the Rounders 2. Get 323 miles. Our flight plan says 320. That's good for us. The top altitude on the SID is 15,000 feet, so we'll go ahead and set 15,000 in there. Excellent. Our departure frequency, we don't have one. I got CTAF here. We got Unicom in the standby with our auto ATC 5125 and the squawk there. Anything that I am missing? Nope. I think you have covered everything there. Excellent. With that, we got the APU up and online. We can hop right into our final preparation here. We can turn the fuel pumps on, external power off, APU bleeder on, seatbelt sign can come on. We can check our fuel, pumps are on, tanks are balanced, hydraulics look good, pressurization, auto, and landing elevation, and our engines still have oil in them. Excellent. The ND looks correctly orientated. We got our PFD, got V1, V2, climate nav, blue flight directors 1 and 2. The window is closed and our oxygen is checked there. With all of that done, let's go ahead and do maybe before we start checklist. Hold on 1 second. I moved my checklist somewhere. I'll wait for that. Max Racing Spirit provides the best service for ultra low cost airlines. It really not that bad. It's one of those situations where the company gets blamed for the consumer's actions. Max Racing, I think you are definitely correct. I had a friend of the family fly on Spirit last year, I think it was last year, and I asked him, what he thought about it, and he said, you know what, it's not bad for an hour or two. If you can, stand being in the airplane for about an hour or two, it's not bad. Again, they were a taller person, so the legroom was kind of an issue. That's why he said an hour or two. But it's not a bad ride. If you know what you're getting, you know what you're paying for, they're gonna get you to your destination wherever you're going. So they're just one of those airlines that no frills, get you where you're going. Allegiant's kind of the same way. You really don't hear about Allegiant in the news. They're just quietly doing their thing in the background, moving people all across the country. So I got my checklist here. Let's see. Recorded ground control on. Flight forms and AML. Onboard reviewed. Aircraft 3604. Fuel quantity. 12.9 required, 12.9 on board. Takeoff performance, we got 134, 142, 143, flex of 49. Oxygen checked. Seatbelt sign on. ECAM checked. Park brake is on and checked. MCDU set. Altimeters, we got 29er, 79er. PDs off. Departure briefing review before start checklist is complete. There we go. Before start checklist is complete, we're almost done boarding up here. Let's see. Yeah, I got my display set up kind of how I want to. Let me go back to the chat here. Ultra low cost, yeah. What if they made a EQRH like the one in real life? They do. They do. That's right here. It just takes a while for it to load. So if you go here and then documents, or sorry, QRH, there it is. There's your QRH. Quick reference handbook for the IAE. Now, one thing that it is nice they have it in there. I think this is just a PDF. It'd be nice if it was a PDF with hyperlinks, because otherwise you're having to search all the way through this in order to find what you're looking for. But they do. They get a little QRH here. Boom. There you go. No, they did think of everything there. Yeah, right, Dummy Thick? You said you've flown Spirit a couple times, and now in both times had no problems. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things that when everything goes smoothly, it's a very nice experience. Everything goes as you would think for an airline. It's just when things go sideways, they can go sideways really quickly because they don't have nearly the amount of frequency sometimes. So it's harder to reconnect passengers to their final destination. But no, they're cheap and they get you there. Same here. I grew up on United jets and still fly on them to this day. United is another really good one. They have, you know what United has? A really, really good first class if you're going international. They have a really never had a broken guitar. Well, United does break guitars. United does break guitars. But you know what United does have? They have a really good international first class product. Their Polaris suites, I've heard, are really great. Aircraft is loaded. There we go. Aircraft is loaded. I do not need PCA or the ground power unit. Let's go ahead and call the pushback tug for a manual pushback here. And let's go ahead and arm our doors by turning the beacon light on. There we go. All the slides are armed. And they're seated and stowed. See ya. Alrighty. So the door is closed. We're set up to talk to the pushback crew. And slides are armed. We have our pants. Before we leave the gate, beacon is on. Excellent. Let's go ahead and check this company message down here. Received messages. A load sheet. Accept. We're going to be 134.5. Okay. And 31 point. Okay, so that's not really a revision. That is what it is. Alrighty. So, did I get rid of this? I don't know why I got rid of that. Let's go ahead and release our parking brake here. And let's begin going backwards. Alright, we got all that set up. Sweet deal. No one is in the alley. We'll just push back and turn right into the alley there. Why are you pushing that direction? Okay, well. I will never understand the pushback thing. This is probably going to drive me to get GSX. Just that I know it works. Like this pushback toolbar used to be so convenient. Used to work with it with every airplane, hands down. Oh, look at there, an Air Canada back there at the terminal behind us. Alrighty. That's good enough for government work. We'll hold it. We'll set the parking brake. And we will stop the pushback there. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and Start engine number one. Got downtown San Diego in the background. Excellent. That sounds like a good start on one of the engines. I go back in the flight deck, bring the sound down just a little bit there for you. There we go. Let's start engine number two. I have a salute. I'll salute the tug driver. Oh, nope, wrong one. There we go. He acknowledged my salute. There we go. Remember how yesterday I think I was doing a little walk around with the CFMs. I was saying how they didn't have a little port there. Let's go here. You can see on the IEs that little gray part right at the tip of the cone. That little part is rubber, so that if ice builds up on it, it will start wiggling that rubber part, and it will sling the ice off of it, so that you don't get icing on your nose cone there of the engine. So that's kind of like one of the difference between the CFMs and IAEs when it comes to, ice protections and doing run-ups and stuff like that. So enough of that. Let me reset my drone. I'm sure I blew your ears out with that, but that's okay. There we go. We got two good starts. Let's back to the flight deck. Let's set our timer for the engines. And flaps one after start flaps one after start checklist. We don't need the APU. There we go. We can turn that off. That on. Turn that on. And hit the status. There we go. No status messages. And for the after start checklist, the engine anti-ice is off. Status is checked. Rotor trim is 0. After start checklist is complete. There we go. Tactical wing ice check. I like it. Yeah, the tactical wing ice check. Alrighty. Let's see. We are clear on the left. We are clear on the right. Hello, San Diego traffic. Spirit Wings 3318 is going to taxi to runway 27 via Bravo, San Diego traffic. So, there we go. We made our call on the pilot there. I think that's the right frequency, 18.3. Yep, that's correct. So we'll go ahead and hide you. No air traffic control line, so that's perfectly okay. Once we make the turn here on Bravo, we can start with we'll do our flight control check. You always kind of want to make sure you don't have any turns coming ahead when you do your flight control checks, just because you only have one left arm, and both of these are both your side stick and your tiller are on the same side, so you can only do one thing at a time. So choose to go straight and level. choose to go straight versus in a turn, because it's very hard to turn while also using the side stick to do a flight control check. Alrighty. We're on a nice long straight taxiway, perfect for a flight control check. We've already verified our load closeout there. So, let's see. Flight control checks. Pull up. Pull down. Neutral. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. We'll turn off the tiller. Pull left. Pull right. Neutral. We'll turn tiller back on. Excellent. We'll go max. We want down 0.3. 1, 2, 3. Predictive wind shear is on. And takeoff config is checked. There we go. We can run a before takeoff checklist to the line. Flaps are 1 planned and 1 indicated. Takeoff data and speeds checked. Weight, we were planning on 148.9. We're at 147.2. Stab trim, we're planning on 30.0%. We're at, if I bring the fuel prediction page, 29.9%. Flight controls checked. ACAM memo, takeoff no blue. We're to the line. There we go. We can prepare the flight attendants for takeoff. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. So there we go. And with that, turn that on, and we can go below the line. Runway and FMS, got runway 27 in the box on my screen, and outside, that's checked. Min takeoff fuel, 9.2 required, 12.7 on board. Flight attendants notified. Engine mode, norm, TCAS, TARA. Before takeoff checklist is complete. Got 60 seconds on the engines. Sweet deal. Leon said sometimes it's just this airplane. I haven't even touched the throttles this entire time, and it's just moving along at 30 knots. That's generally how the Airbus will handle the 320s, especially. And then really the 319s, they'll get up and go. 321s require a little bit of effort to get going. But once you get them going, you don't really need to move them out of idle. Slow it down to 20 knots or below. Slow it back down to 10 knots. How about that? Excellent. We get the 5 minutes on the engine warm-up. We'll cancel our timer there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this 7-3 knowledge when I swap over. Don't me think you gotta maintain it all. You gotta remember how to fly every airplane ever. Alright? Exactly. Dumped. Just go outside to your trash can and dump it all there. Just put your head in there, turn it to the side because it comes out the ears. That's where it comes out. Alright? Let's see. Final appears to be clear. No one has been on the runway. I haven't heard anyone on frequency. San Diego traffic, Spirit Wings 3318 as departing runway 27 on the Padres 2 departure. San Diego traffic. Excellent. So we'll notify the flight attendants we're taking the runway, and we will turn on all our lights. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume up, and what I'm going to do is backtrack just a little bit, get that extra little bit of runway. You see how the center line kind of takes you out a different way onto the runway, but You actually have all this runway back here you can use too. Um, Especially when you're on a 321 that's heavy. You know, say you're going from San Diego to like JFK or something like that. You want all of the runway you can get. Oop. Kind of oversteered it, and that's okay. Boop. Alrighty, 1.05 on the EPR. Looks good. Flex. Thrust set. $80. Checked. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. And then I got a delta there too. Very nice. Whoop. All of it's it. All of it's it, my guy. Oof. Still got that marine layer. The mountains are still keeping that marine layer in here. There we go. Climb. Climb is set. Autopilot can come on. So we climb above the marine layer here. We'll say goodbye to the Pacific one more time, unless we fly here tonight. Always forget the strobe lights here. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, there we go. Flaps up after takeoff checklist. Alrighty, after takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, flaps are up, pressurization is checked. After takeoff checklist is complete. There we go. We are on our way out of San Diego, on our way to Las Vegas. You can see, not a thick cloud layer, but it's there. And it's a pretty solid overcast layer once you see it. Not bad though, not bad. Beautiful day out here in San Diego. Let's go ahead and climb all the way up to our cruise altitude of 29,000 feet. There it is. Go open climb. We'll climb unrestricted all the way up there. Sweet deal. I'll bring the volumes back down now, more manageable level. How's that sound? Excellent, 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 excellent. I mean, say what you want about the color of the airplane. I really do like the yellow with the black, the yellow and black. I'm not like a Pittsburgh fan or anything with the black and gold, but I mean it does look good, especially in this specific livery where it looks like it's got like the scribbled on spirit on the side. I like that. I don't know why they, again, like I said, I don't know why they switched it up and went with just like a regular flat black look on the side of the airplane. Oh well, it is what it is. climbing on out. We'll be climbing pretty much. I was gonna say VFR 12000. You're gonna be VFR on top, and there's not much to see up here. Alrighty. So we're approaching 10,000 feet. This sit is a pretty straightforward sit. Literally, you go straight pretty much until you get to LA, then you make a right-hand turn. Because I do think if we bring up airports, yep, there's LA right by Chicken. So it is what it is. There we go. There is 10,000 feet. So we will turn off all our lights. And we'll ding the flight attendants. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys noticed the difference between these numbers. I don't know. Phoenix always wants to do a flap 3 takeoff. And in the real world, you don't always do a flaps 3 takeoff. It's in a 320, it's usually flaps 2. If you have a lot of runway, then it's flaps 1. But in a 320, it's usually flaps 2. 321, pretty much the same thing. It's usually flaps 2. Um, so it's one of those things that's just like I don't know why the Phoenix is always biased towards a flaps 3 departure. We don't like doing flaps 3 departures, and the only reason for that is because when you got all that flap out there, the airspeed gap between an overspeed and VLS is very small, and so it's very easy on rotation to kind of rotate it too slow. It should pop right off the ground at flaps 3. It should hover right off the ground. But because it's hovering right off the ground, you tend to rotate a little bit slower than you should, which is kind of, that's kind of a fault on us as a flying group. But after you do so many flaps 3s, you're kind of aware of it, and you just kind of know that once you pop it off the ground, bring it straight up into the flight directors, because if you delay getting into those flight directors at all, you're going to get really close to overspeeding the flaps on departure. So that's why I kind of stay away from a flaps 3 takeoff if I don't have to. Alrighty, let's see if I can get some in-flight tunes going here. There we go. Sweet deal, sweet deal. Like I said, I don't... Ooh. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Had to handle a little bit of personal business real quick. Like I was saying, don't know where I'm gonna fly tonight. Uh, should I not be called, that is. I am still on call, but uh, I don't think I'm gonna get called out tonight. I might get called out for tomorrow, though. There's a decent amount of flying to be had for tomorrow. So hopefully they call and ask me what trip I want, and I can just pick up whatever. It would be amazing if I could pick up a Las Vegas overnight. That would be awesome. Get the nice long Las Vegas, get in at like, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Leave out at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning the next day. That way I can get my nerd on and go to Flight Sim Expo for a little bit, hang out, do some things, see if I can do the landing competition, which I know I'm going to fail miserably. Max Racing, you know I'm failing that landing competition. You know I'm failing it. Why did he float it to the other side of the runway? But it was smooth, wasn't it, Max? It was smooth. Oh. Alright. Have we made it through transition level? Yes, we have. Let's go transition standard once, twice, and... Oops. Okay, stop messing with that. There we go. Once, twice, and thrice. There we go. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull up the information to Las Vegas. There we go. Weather. The ATIS. No one's on Vatsim, huh? The ATIS, they're still using 2-6 left and right, so we'll do 2-6 left. Winds are calm, 10 miles, clear, 32 degrees. It's 32 degrees already out there. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be like a triple digit day. Yesterday was 40 degrees when I logged in the evening time. That's gonna be a triple digit day out in Las Vegas. Oh my gosh. I can't chat. This is way too hot out there. Never mind, I don't want the Vegas overnight now. I don't know why my constraints are off. That's weird. Alrighty. I may accidentally hit it doing something. One last thing. Go ahead, get that off and that off. Seems like a nice day out here today. Let's see what we can see up here. There we go. Pretty sure this coastline fronts LA. This looks like, I don't know everything out west. Long Beach? Does that make sense? Long Beach area? Hold on. Let me bring it. It's not going to be on the VFR map, I can tell you that. They don't have names like that on the VFR map. But I'm pretty sure what I just pointed out is this area down here. Yeah, that's where they have the huge cargo port right here. What's the name of this airport? Long Beach. Yeah, that's Long Beach. Okay. I don't know much about it, but that seemed like it was about that area. Alright, let me get you back to where you belong. That's a pretty sweet GoPro view right there. There's LAX right down there. Very nice, very nice. We should be making a turn just to the south of LAX. Yeah, I mean, hold on, one more second. Sorry about that. Had to handle some business again. Um, they said United spent a lot of money and time on their Aviate Academy. You can tell. So, and then go on to say, I want American to make a big academy like United. So, I think what United did is, said that today. All right. I think what United did is they have like a full-on program. Oh yeah, see, you can see the little shipping containers down there. That's the major shipping port for all of the West Coast, I think, or most of the West Coast. It's huge. Yeah, this is the port that got all the attention during COVID right here. It is massive. You can see it's literally just a massive island of nothing but containers. That's absolutely ridiculous. Um, So I think what United did, and good for them on doing it, and when I was in school a long time ago, you know how in school you got to do all these like presentations and projects or whatever. And so like one of the ones that I did, because we knew about this way, way long time ago, we knew that there was going to be a pilot shortage coming up, right? So my presentation was on how can we solve the pilot shortage. And I thought the best way to get more people into the pilot pipeline would be to have what we would call today a zero to hero program, where an airline will hire you and they will train you from 0 hours all the way to the right seat of an airplane. And that will be the end goal for you when you go in that program. Um, and I forget all the specifics of it. I may have even said like once you're hired, the airline pays for all your training. I think that really should be the thing. Because the amount of money people spend to get their ratings and then to accumulate the 1,500 hours needed to get in the right seat of a CRJ, it's absolutely insane. So that would be the carrot right there. I mean, I guess the way the airlines see it is the carrot is you working for a major airline, but the carrot should really be we'll pay for your flight training, but you will come and fly for us for 10, 15 years, whatever it is. Um, so uh, that's that was my presentation, and that was a long time ago when I was in school. Um, So yeah, I think United went that route. Now I think obviously when you're in the program, you gotta fund your own flying. But I think they have their own flight school, don't they? Like they have like their own Aviate school where like they have their own planes and flight instructors and so forth, so on and so forth. Whereas I think like if you get on with like Delta or United and their programs, that they are more or less just a program you get into, but they will allow you to go to one of so many different programs um, that are approved by the airline. Let's put you on Unicom. There we go. Ooh, Los Angeles is looking really good down there today. Oh, United has they have one fixed price. That's good. If United has one fixed price, that is really good because the biggest variable with flight training is how much fuel you're going to burn. That is the biggest variable. How much fuel you're going to burn, one, but also two, the price of gas, which fluctuates up and down daily. So, what could cost you, 300 bucks for a flight one day may cost you 250 bucks literally the next day. You just don't know. Um, whereas If you have one set price and you get it done in that set price, then you're good to go. It's almost kind of like ATP, but I feel like ATP kind of has you in a time frame too. Like you have to be done in, 3 weeks with your private, or else you're failed out of the course, and they keep your money too. So, um, if they can keep a static price without, putting time constraints on what you need to get your ratings, even better, even better. You say, which is astonishing amount of airplanes they have. How many airplanes do they have? We're at 290. Let's go ahead and get a quick briefing in, shall we? Um, let's go here. I'll bring the chart up. Let's review our route, our arrival into Las Vegas here. We got a Myson at flight level 240, that checks. Then we got Teddy. Then we get Whatev at or above flight level 190. Then Totes. Then Rounders between flight level 190 and 13,000 feet. And then from there we're going to go to Grandma. Then Beauty at or above 12,500 feet. Then Envy at or above 11,000 feet. And then we get Redkin is at or above 900,000 feet, 210 knots. Twaffle. And then Bourbon. Bourbon's going to be at 8,000 feet, 210 knots. And then we move over to the ILS here. We got Bourbon, then Bishop. It's showing Bishop at or above 7,000 feet. That looks good. Then Hog, or Hogog, something like that. At or above 6,600 feet and 200 knots. That looks good. Kotsi is at or above 5,800 feet. That looks good. Huxar is going to be at or above 5,000 feet. And then we get Reland at or above 3,800 feet, 3-degree glide slope, 5 miles to the runway. Excellent. We'll enter destination data here in a second. For the mass approach, climbing to 3,200 and then climbing right turn. It'll be a right turn on a 080. And we'll intercept the Boulder City VOR 286 radial inbound to the VOR, and we'll hold. If we do lose an engine on the mist, we'll just make a right-hand turn, stay in the valley and circle around, and come back around and land again on 26 left or right. So that looks good there. Red nav, we got IRLE, that looks good. 111.5, that looks good. 3-degree glide slope and a front course of 259, that all looks good there. Progress page, let's go KLAS, a runway 26 left. There we go. Put that in there. We got GPS primary accuracy high 0.03, that looks good. Performance approach page here. The weather, let's scroll down. That is 2979er, so 2979. We'll put that there. 33 degrees. Temperature has already gone up 1 degree, and the winds are calm. 0 at 0. Excellent. That makes for the worst landings. Alright, and the bottom side is 2269, so we'll go ahead and put that in there. 2269. We use flaps full, auto brakes low. So we did our backward Z, no need for the double D there. Go back into arc, see where the top of drop is. Sweet. I'll go ahead and pre-select the bottom of our arrival here. Bourbon's at 8,000. So I'll go ahead and put in 8,000. And since we know the altimeter is 29er79er, yep, that's already in there. I accidentally clicked it over 2979, 2979. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sweet deal. So, briefing up our approach. Turn the LS push buttons on. We'll ask our first officer what his threats are. It's hot, it's high, it's terrain. Yes, all of those. We got terrain on ND, and not much we can do about the temperature other than using auto brakes low and max reverse to help keep the brakes nice and cool. And And we do need to do a landing assessment. We'll do that at the end of our briefing here. We're going to come in on the Arounders to arrival. Myson's our first restriction at flight level 240. The bottom side is Bourbon at 8,210 knots. We can plan on a visual. We'll back it up with the ILS to runway 26 left. Let's chart 11-3, dated 29 September 23. The highest MASA around the Las Vegas VRR is 12,900 feet. That's the quadrant to the west. There's a special engine failure procedure. If we do need to lose an engine on the go around, we'll pull heading and make a right-hand turn to stay inside the valley there to come back around to the 26s, which are the longest runways. Otherwise, let's plan on making a right-hand turn off on Alpha 5 or 6, maybe 7, but it's probably going to be Alpha 6, and then we can take Golf right on into the ramp. I think we'll take Golf in like Golf 1 or 2, something like that, because I think we're going to park right there. I think that's where they parked in real life. So, we will do that. Anything else that you would like to add there? Nope, there's no ATC online. Let me look up the CTAF frequency. CTAF, KLAS, is going to be 19.9, so we'll pre-select that in there, 19. And we'll go to 9. I wish Phoenix would speed up the dials on this, but that's okay. So we got 19.9 in there. Excellent. I can get rid of you and put you back on the arrival chart there. Before we descend, let's check this company message real quick. Boop. AOC menu. Received messages. Spared ops. No ATC required. Yay. Another on-time departure. There we go. I'll leave that on this page. Excellent. And let's go ahead and manage our descent. And now that we're in our descent, we can go ahead and get our seatbelt sign, boop, back on. There we go. Around 30. So you say they have around 30 and they have more coming? Wow, that is actually a sizable fleet. That is a very sizable fleet. We're talking like, you know, Ohio State University big, or UND big, or Embry-Riddle big. Those are like some large fleets that they have for flight training. Whereas most flight schools, like if you go to like an ATP somewhere, they're yes, ATP has a lot of airplanes in their fleet across the country, but if you go to the ATP down the street, they're probably going to have 5 or 6 airplanes there, tops. You know, they'll have a few Cessnas and then a few Seminoles, and that's it. I don't know. This is looking really good today. Is it because it's so clear out? Like the scenery is just looking crisp today. Very crisp. Alrighty. Let's switch over to Las Vegas approach control here, or Las Vegas CTAF. We'll call them over Myson and let them know. And we're going to be doing the rounders to 26 left transition. Hello, Las Vegas traffic. Spirit Wings 3318 is over Meissen, flight level 240. We'll be doing the rounders to arrival, 26 left transition, Las Vegas traffic. So there we go, we got that done.
Traffic United 176 passing NV leaving 12,500 for 3,640 RNAV runway 26 left Vegas.
Ooh, maybe I should do the RNAV since the other one keeps bringing me in so low. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, no, I want that. Approach. Let's see. That guy is doing the RNAV 26 left. I'm gonna unpin you real quick. RNAV RNP 26 left. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. Does it take you in from Bourbon? Oh, it takes you in from Bourbon. Ooh, okay. Let's do that. Is that an RNAV RNP? Yeah, it's an RNAV RNP. Ooh, some special things to consider. Alrighty, so we'll turn off the LS push buttons. We're gonna go ahead and go back down here into flight plan 26 left arrival. RNAV 26 left. There's only one, so stamp via. We want Bourbon, and we're gonna insert that. So I'm gonna go back down. We got Bourbon, Bishop. Is there Bishop in there? Yeah, Bishop is still in there. Okay, and then so you see there's an arc. There's a radius turn there, or an arc, I should say. So if you notice, we got some speed limits here. Minotaur 8,000, max 210 knots, max 205 knots until Shand. So from Bishop until Shand, we can't exceed 205 knots. That's so that airplanes can fly this arc very precisely, and that's the max speed at which it's certified for. So there we go, 205 knots max. So we will keep that in mind when doing that. Let's go back here. You see ILS is now gone. We'll tune in a BLD as our backup just in case. So BLD. We'll always know how to navigate to that. We'll go to progress page, LAS 26 left. But now what we want to do is we want 0.3, which is going to give us the lowest minimums there, 2450. So we want 0.3. One mess approach requires minimum climb gradient. Okay, so whenever you see a note like this, you can almost disregard it, because if it's on your approach plate, chances are an engineer somewhere at your company has figured out that yes, your airplane at max landing weight will meet this climb gradient. So let's see, we want 0.3 in there. We'll go ahead and tighten that up. Excellent. We got GPS primary accuracy high. We'll come over to this page. We got GPS primary accuracy high, 0.03. So that is all set there. And our performance page, we want to put in the Barrow 2450. So we'll go 2450. And we're still do full, all that other jazz. And now we need to get to our double D. So position monitor, we're going to deselect our nav aids. We don't have to, since we are doing a VFR approach. We can leave those on. However, for entertainment purposes, we'll go ahead and turn that off. And then the last thing we're going to do is go to our second D here. GPS monitor, we got nav on both of them. If we were doing a real RNAV RMP approach, we'd have to contact dispatch if we don't have a rain report, and get a rain report for our arrival time into Las Vegas to make sure we're going to have the required number of GPSs in and around the vicinity when that happens. So that is all set up. We can rebrief the approach. It's going to be pretty much the same exact brief, because like I said, I don't brief full approaches when it's VFR, and we're not going to be shooting a real RNAV approach anyway, but we have the visual backed up with the RNAV RNP runway 26 left approach. That's 12-23. Did it 18 March 22. The final approach course is 259. Rulan's at 3800. Our DA is going to be 2450. Our touchdown zone elevation 2069. MSA around the airport or the runway is going to be 12,800 feet all quadrants. For the missed approach, we'll climb to 7,000 on the RNAV missed approach route to the VOR. So pretty much we're going to be going out over these points. It just says just follow the RNAV back around. If we lose GPS, we'll tune in Bradley VOR, make a right turn around the valley, and then proceed to the VOR to hold. Our missed approach will be the same thing there. Let's see. Sorry, the single engine miss will be the same. We'll make a right turn, stay in the valley, and get radar vectors back around. Let's see. Pepe's on the left, LSF lighting. It is a 3-degree glide slope, so that is good there. Let's see. I think I hit up all of the points there, so there we go. We have that approach in and locked in. We're slowing up. I'll bring a little bit of speed brakes out of there. On that way, hopefully the RNAV will be much better. Hello, Las Vegas traffic. Spirit Wings 3318 is flight level 190 over Rounders. We'll be doing the Rounders 2 arrival. Runway 26 left transition for the RNAV RNP. Runway 26 left, Las Vegas traffic. There we go. We are rebriefed. We're getting ready to come through 18,000 feet. We can turn those lights on. We can check our statuses one more time. And we can call for a... Oh, we gotta do transition. Boop. 2-9er, 7-9er. Once, twice, and thrice. Let's do a descent checklist. Altimeters, 2-9er, 7-9er. Auto brake low. Perfect approach page. Set. Arrival briefing is reviewed. Rounders 2 arrival. Visual approach backed up with RNAV RMP. Runway 26 left approach. Status checked. The descent checklist is complete. There we go. That was a quick little...
Traffic United 1006 is 9 miles per hour, runway 26 left, the RNAV RNP second.
Hate them. So what's my opinion on your on backwards landing switches? Hate them. We're in America, so things are different over here. And the way most of the American carriers configure their switches, like on Boeing's, Bombardier's, stuff like that, you know, more I wouldn't say Western, but just American airplanes. The concept is on is forward. So if you move any switch forward towards the nose of the airplane, then that's on. If you move the switches back towards the back of the airplane, that's off. So with that said, you know, we got a mix of switches, which is not confusing at all when you're bouncing from one airplane to the next airplane and the switches are all of a sudden reversed. So, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, you eventually figure it out when you're like, why do I feel like there's a little bit of rumbly underneath the airplane? Oh, that's because I forgot that these are still on because you turn them off thinking they're in the off position, but they're really on. So it is what it is. Oh, and there we go. Is that for today or for tomorrow? That would be for tomorrow. I got a trip for tomorrow. Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. I'll just log in and accept my trip. I will log in and accept my fate. So with that, I might not stream tonight, simply because my report time is going to be super early in the morning. Oh, it's not that early in the morning. It's still a morning trip though. And no, it is not a Vegas overnight. It is not a Vegas overnight. But it is what it is. Got a long layover in Atlanta, so not a bad layover. Hello, hi. Yep, not bad. Long Atlanta, it is what it is. The one thing is at least Atlanta isn't too bad getting into and out of. Pretty easy, comparatively speaking. But, you know, for the most part, uh, I haven't been getting used that much this month, which is a good thing. That is definitely a good thing. Been here more weekends than I thought I would be here. How about that? We're through 12,000. We can ding flight attendants into sterile. Before we do that, we'll say, flight attendants, prepare for landing. So we'll ding them into sterile. And there they go. There is Las Vegas. I didn't get the one FPS little glitch we've been getting the last few times coming in here, so don't know what that is all about. Oh, I never did a landing assessment. Let's do that. 26 left, try and apply METAR, and we're going to be at 142. Backwards. There we go. Need 7,200 feet. We got 10,525 feet. So, that is good. Let me go ahead and get rid of our in-flight music here. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get the flight recorder replay going. Let's start our recording for the last time. Well, believe it or not, no, I'm not long call. Well, I'm pretty junior there, Max Racing, so I don't get a choice. I get assigned whatever other people don't want. um, so we're through 10,000 feet. MSL, let's go ahead and get everything turned on. We have the flight recorder replay going. We're about to cross the big decel point here. That's going to activate our approach for us. We will let the airplane slow on up. In fact, we're beginning to slow on up right now. We'll slow it up to 200 knots. How about that? We don't have to go to 210 knots. That's just a max speed. So, what I'm also going to do is activate the approach. We got app, final, and then we will go all the way around the corner. Reland's 3,800 feet. Is someone online now? 3,800 feet, 7, 8. Who's online? Why is their tower online?
Southwest 3697, we just saw you getting up online. We've got the weather. IFR to LA. Southwest 3697, Las Vegas.
There we go.
Number 2.
Our Spirit Wings 3318 is over Ricken for the Rounders 2. We'll be doing the RNAV runway 26 left.
Spirit Wings 3318, Las Vegas, continue approach.
We'll continue our approach. Spirit Wings 3318. We do. Tower popped online the last second there. Well, that is always a good thing. For via Fenix -10, we can go flaps 1 speed verified. Boom, there we go. Radio nav is deselected. I know. I deselected them. I'll bring you all the way down to 10 nautical mile range. Excellent, excellent, excellent. The other part of that was I kind of saw my fate coming up. So I elected that if I was going to do a trip, this is the trip I wanted to do. So
The 99 Charlie's in annual maintenance for the next couple months.
That's a tremendous upgrade.
I know the speed, it's incredible. Alright, Tower, just go on, got the weather, report you back, ready to text the runway 26 ready.
we'll go 190 so we can get flaps 2 out. There's Lake Mead right there.
Choose Disco 1, hold start 26 ready, gotcha, Disco 1.
Ooh, Jovan, are you in Vegas?
Actually negative, I'm sitting at home. Couldn't go to Vegas this year.
Aww.
Beat you by a minute earlier. Have a wonderful day.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm there in
We're below 205 knots, so that's good. Bring the speed brakes out to half. Actually, if I dump it all the way to full, that still is half in this airplane. So there we go. So we're below 205 knots. We can still slow it up. If I want, I'll go 180 knots. We're via Fenix -10, flaps 2, speed verified. There we go. Go back to half on the speed brakes. Look at there. You can see the strip in the background, the airport barely off in the distance. This should be a much, much smoother approach than the ILS brings you in. A nice, smooth, beautiful curve all the way around. You said a nice in-airport hotel? I did not know Atlanta has an in-airport hotel. We never stay in the airport. In fact, airports that, there's a few other airports that have a hotel in the airport, and I have yet to get there. Other people have said they stay there, but I haven't gone there, so I don't know. It's always got to be sitting outside waiting on a hotel van somewhere. Although I do have to say I like traveling to like the smaller Midwestern cities, simply because the hotel is just monitoring your flight since the city's not insanely large. I mean, we're going 26 left clear land for Spirit Wings 3318. Not to say we got funnel up. We could set the mess approach up to. That is going to be 7,000. Not to say these cities are insanely small, but they're not like Vegas big. Or LA big, and they're not doing like hundreds of flights a day. They're doing several dozen flights a day, so they have the ability to just see when you're gonna come in. So it's nice in that aspect. They kind of know when you're gonna come in, and they'll plan their drive accordingly. Alrighty, sim volumes are going to come up for our arrival into Vegas. Last one of the week, chat. Last one of the week. I don't think I'm going to get on tonight. I think I'm going to just prepare for my trip, get everything ready to go. We know how that is. And airport hotels sound better for cruise, so they don't go down to the van. Yeah, they do sound better for cruise. I just never get them. If this airplane's not going to slow down, let's go gear down. There we go. Drag is now coming out. I will arm the speed brakes. Give you next -10, flaps 3. Be verified. go. The Fenix, my stand plus full. For landing checklist. B. For landing checklist. Let's see, altimeters, I got 2-9er, 7-9er, and 30-40. Engine mode norm, landing gear is down, 3 green, ECAM memo, landing no blue, before landing checklist is complete, 1000. Stable. This looks like a much better glide path than whatever it was bringing me down on before. We'll see as we get closer though. It still looks low. That's my other thing. It still looks low. In fact, you know what? I'm going to turn it off, bring it up a little bit. There we go. Autopilot's off.
500.
We're stable target, sync 6.
Minimum.
There has to be something, either with the scenery is slightly off for me, or the approaches are just slightly off. I don't know which one yet.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Slight back pressure on the side stick.
5,
Deployed. $80. 60. Excellent. Auto brakes off, manual braking. Welcome to Las Vegas for one last time. The shuttle route has been completed for the Expo. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend at the Expo. Alpha 6 short, hold short of 26 right for Spirit Wings 3318.
Traffic.
We hope everything, your weekend at the Expo will be absolutely amazing. Hopefully you'll see some great content creators there. Alright, we will hold short of this runway. I'll turn my landing lights off. There we go. And we can go flaps up. There we go. Alright, so we'll wait for this guy right here to take off, and hopefully we will get crossing instructions after that. Company Spiritual Wings there. Alrighty, at Alpha 6, cross 26 right, join golf ramp, Spiritual Wings 3318. Y'all have a good one. Have fun at the Expo, everyone out there. Alrighty, so we're clear to cross. We'll get our crossing lights going. We do. Max Racing, make sure to make us some shorts if you can. I will try my best to give a little bit of shorts action for you. If I can get like one short in, that would be fantastic. Sometimes it's just hard when you're running a crew as well as trying to be a content creator. Kind of makes it a little bit difficult sometimes, and then the inspiration for what you want your next short to be. I don't know, maybe it'll be the layover in Atlanta, do like a quick view out the room there. We'll join golf to the ramp there. The one thing I do hate about Atlanta is where we stay. I don't know. I don't like it that much. The hotel's a really nice hotel, but I don't like circular hotels. Let's see. We'll continue down to golf. And the part I might take. I don't know what that is. Golf 2, I think it is. Golf 1. We'll turn in at Golf 1. I forgot to turn on the APU. Let's go ahead and turn off our cross-on lights there. Let's go ahead and turn on our APU. 2, 3. There we go. And well, it should be started up by the time we get to the gate. And gate 8 is what they were slotted in for. So we'll go ahead and turn this off. Someone is right there on our gate, so that's not going to work. We'll just park right beside them. How about that? Let's see. Alright, cool. I do have the strobes off as well. Something's wrong. We didn't get it 1 second. Yeah, I think the guy's parked exactly on gate 8, which is where I need to be. Because the one right beside it is 5. He might be on 5. He might be on 5. 8 might still be open. It's just super hard to tell what gate is what gate here. Yeah, we'll just park right beside our company here. Gate 8 is open. Stay on our center line until we make that hard turn in. There we go. That is probably ear-shattering loud. There we go. I'll turn that down for you. Alright, boop. There we go. We'll call that a day right there. Go back inside, and we will go ahead and turn the fast seatbelt sign off. APU is available. We'll shut off engine 2, then engine 1. We'll go up top and turn off our fuel pumps. And lastly, we will get that beacon off. Call the jet bridge up, please. Nope, it's coming up. Sweet deal. We will begin the deplaning process. There we go, there we go, there we go. Company message. Let's go ahead and check what the company message says. I'd really be interested to see. I should, since the temperature is starting to warm up when it gets above 40 degrees here in Vegas. You know how Phoenix is modeled like the EGT temps, the cool down times for the EGT. I wonder if we'll get an even longer startup because the EGT's got to cool off before they introduce fuel next time. So there's our arrival time, 1640. I don't know what our arrival time was supposed to be. 16 16:45. So there we go, 5 minutes early. And we've begun the deplaning process. Everyone, welcome to Las Vegas. Let's see. Go ahead, go over here and stop our recording. We'll go ahead and stop that, let it save up real quick. We got company airplane off to the side there in Vegas. I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot that. There we go. Sweet deal. Boop. Get rid of you. Let's hop in the drone real quick. I know. Actually, I might hop in the drone. No, yeah, let's do it. While we deplane. Take drone footage here. Increase my speed by like 1,000,000. There we go. Welcome to Las Vegas. There's Mandalay Bay. The Luxor. Circus. I'm pretty sure that's Circus. No, Excalibur. Circus is further down on the end. Okay, Excalibur. See, I think it's so cool that they had figured out how to do that. The Tropicana. Sweet deal. Little tram station right there. MGM. What it used to be, wasn't that Planet Hollywood before it was MGM? Something like that. New York. Random stores and outlets right here. I think that's all associated with MGM. Not too sure. I can't see what the name on that one is. Park MGM. So MGM has a lot of casino space here. What hotel is this? Generic hotel? Alrighty, generic hotel. Get out of here. Polo Towers. Okay. Haven't heard of that one. Hilton Grand Vacations. Slightly off strip, but probably just as nice. And get some random shops here. The Aria. Don't know if that's part of the Aria, but I think, that might be the Aria. It has some very nice shops there at the Aria. The Cosmo. Oh, there's Planet Hollywood, so this is Planet Hollywood. Alright.
UPS 9, we're going to go ahead and disconnect. Something just happened with our aircraft. And
The Bellagio.
Yeah.
And of course, with the Bellagio, you're not going to have the Bellagio without having the water feature. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have the water feature in there. Or it's just not the water feature. Whoop. Too much. There we go. I don't know the name of this one. Paris? Something like that? Let's see. Caesars, right off to the left there. Flamingo. I don't know what this one is. The Cromwell? Not heard of that one. There's flamingos. There's the Link is back here. Yeah, we got the Link. Harrah's off to the right. Caesars is massive. Look how much complex space they have. Absolutely massive. The Link back there with the high roller all the way in the back. You got Harrah's Casino. The Mirage.
Southwest 3697, we're coming up to holding point number 9, information Quebec, ready to taxi.
The Mirage also has a decent amount of space. This looks like it's probably like convention center space and then the main hotel there. The Venetian, which is kind of cool. They got like a indoor like river, kind of like Venice does. Get it? Venetian. Treasure Island. Plazo. There's Treasure Island. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, it looks like it may be in the fashion show. It seems small, so it might be under construction, and that's like a placeholder for what's probably going to be there. You got the Win and the Encore, and then a whole lot of nothing. I think this is all going to get developed here. Like all that's gonna be developed. And then whatever this is, Conrad by Hilton. And then Circus all the way down here. So this is where Circus is. Boop. All the way down here. Next to whatever this insanely large hotel is. A regular Hilton, I guess. I'm assuming it's a casino as well. You come further down, SLS. And all the way at the end, you have the Strat here. I don't even know if anything is past the Strat. I just always assume, yeah, it kind of looks like regular city there once you get past that. So there's your strip right there. You got a little train that connects through here. I don't know what hotel this is. It looks like a massive convention center. Oh, the Westgate. Massive hotel convention center. Another convention center right there. There's your sphere right here. This is just an insane work of art right here. You got the sphere. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go. The Strip of Las Vegas. And it is very misleading how big the strip is. Because you can be all the way down there at Circus and be like, oh, I see MGM. I'm going to just walk to MGM. Not realizing like 30 minutes later, you've not even gotten halfway there. And a lot of it has to do with how the sidewalks are set up. You see how the sidewalks, like this one goes down and onto the street, but then down and up. But then like once you get up here, like the sidewalk just doesn't go back down again. And there's not really a way to not go around that. So what you end up doing is you have to go through the hotel and then cross over a bridge and then through all of this mess and then over another bridge. So like you don't go directly. Oh look, they got the little roller coaster there. It's very misleading walking around on there. So all right, back to the airport. Let's get uh our flight replays and we shall disconnect. Bye, Spirit. So you finally push back. You are ready to go. Sweet deal. So what we can do is we can do that. Head back inside the airplane there.
Hello, Spirit Wings 1466.
And we will disconnect first from Vatsim. We'll disconnect there. There we go. Thank you. You've been great. We'll put you back into a ready state. Activate. Excellent. Let it go ahead and do its thing. I don't see any grayed out anything, so I think it's all ready to go. Let's go ahead and load the replay in, shall we? There it is. We'll hit go. Excellent. Yeah, I know. We'll do that. We'll do that. And that. All right. Sweet deal. I don't know when that's not done. Oh, it's gonna switch the switches back to wherever they were. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and yep, I know. Let's see. Let's fast forward here to when we're on our final. I give it enough time to set up with the gear and flaps. There we go. Give it enough time to set up with its gear and flaps to be fully configured there. Alrighty. Everything's going to be on the right hand side. We already know that. We know exactly where the views are going to be. Like I said, if you're flying into From FSExpo, you want to be on the right hand side. You're probably already there already. As it starts, I think it started today, doesn't it? It starts today. So everyone, have fun at the expo. We'll get the last few beautiful shots of the strip as we land. And yeah, I have no clue why the approaches kind of lead you down to land earlier before where the runway actually is. Excellent. Excellent, excellent touchdown. Let's back it on up there. We'll get that view right there. With the strip in the background, the Strat just coming into view. Oh, yeah. Not the smoothest, but I will take it every time. Something about like when you know just where to um just where to bring the power to idle in the Phoenix. Like I said, the real 320, you kind of hold off bringing the power out, but the Phoenix, you definitely want that power out around 30 or 40 feet, and then just gently bring that flare in. There we go. We'll try to get that view right there. And it has been insanely clear every single day in Las Vegas. Absolutely amazing. A little float, but that's okay. Excellent. There we go. Let's see if I can find where the touchdown zone was. Right there. So if you look, yeah, a few hundred feet shy of the end of the touchdown zone. Let's switch it up to the drone cam. Boop. There we go. There we go. I will toggle the modes here. Let's turn off follow, turn on lock mode. Yeah, we'll bring it down to like that. The rotation speed, we'll bring it down a little bit too. Alright. So, let's go backwards a little bit. Oh, look at there. One more time. I didn't think the lock mode was going to do as well. Excellent. Wow. What a beautiful landing. What a beautiful landing. Let me bring it back one more time. And we'll get this final replay going right here. I'm going to toggle this back on so I don't lose my drone. There we go. We can switch back up to our cockpit cam here. There we go. And let's go ahead and bring you backwards a little bit. There we go. We will release that. And excellent. Well, I'd like to thank everyone once again for such an amazing stream. Really do appreciate everyone coming out, spend a little bit of time with me today. Max Racing, Dummy Thick, Draco, I appreciate it. Everyone who could show up today, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you couldn't show up today, but you're watching it sometime in the future, I thank you too to all my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. You guys make the channel what it is. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I'll be at work for the next few days, but until I see you, remember to take care of yourselves and each other. Until my next stream, peace.